All-time greats. 10. Grammar passives, all tenses, vocabulary words that go together, everyday English on the phone. Reading the world's most loved football team. Listening the world's #1 habit. Writing discussing pros and cons. TOYOT. All. In Don 2. 1. What do you know about this man? Why is he an all-time great? 2. Can you find a brand logo in the photo? Why do brands want to be associated with people like this? 3. Which famous brands do you think could be called all-time greats? Watch the video introduction. Use your workbook for self-study. Go online for more practice. And to check your progress. 99. Starter. Grammar passives, all tenses. Make true sentences from the chart. Toshiba cars. Brazil. Champagne. Is. China. Coffee. Isn't. Made in. France. Rolex watches. Are. Grown in. Japan. Rice. Aren't. Scotland. Whiskey. Switzerland. Nintendo. Tetris. Trademark. The Relentless Block video puzzle. Original. Game Boy. Game Link Game Pack. The best video game ever. 1. Do you play any computer games? Which? How often? Have you heard of Tetris? 2. Read the first part of the article about Tetris. Answer the questions. How old is the game? Who created it? Where did he work? Where did the game spread to after Moscow? Tetris. Alexei Pajitnov and Son. Nintendo. From Russia with fun. Tetris. Original Nintendo. The best-selling video game ever. Single quote. Over 35 years old and it is still played all over the world. It is said that it's difficult to find a video game player who has never heard of Tetris. Over 495 million have been sold worldwide and it's still selling. The game has a long and unusual history. It was created in Russia in 1984 by Alexei Pajitnov, an artificial intelligence researcher at the Russian Academy of Science in Moscow. Pajitnov invented games as a hobby and many of them were enjoyed by his colleagues at the Academy. Tetris most of all. The game became so popular it spread from Moscow to Budapest, and in 1989 it was discovered by a British software publisher and then exported to the US. Tetris is the biggest-selling video game by far. Minecraft is the only other video game to have sold over 100 million units. 10,892. Level Up. Why has it remained so popular for so many years? There are a great many classic video games, so what is it about Tetris that has made it so universally popular? It is an easy puzzle game to play. It's made up of colored squares, simple enough to be played by everyone, young and old, but... It is mastered by only a few. It can be played on any computer, you don't need the latest model and people in every country can play. Its simplicity means you can play as you go, anywhere, anytime, you don't have to sit and play for long periods of time. In 1989, the Nintendo Game Boy was launched in Japan, and Tetris was the perfect game for this, the first handheld computer as, of course, it is today with the smartphone. Game Boy. It is played by generations of people on tablets, laptops, smartphones and game consoles. There is little doubt that years from now it will be downloaded by our children and grandchildren, the latest and new version of the most important video game in history. 310.1 Read and listen to the whole article. Correct the false information in these sentences. 1. Nearly 495 million games have been sold worldwide. 2. It was discovered by a Russian publisher. 3. Tetris was the only game enjoyed by his colleagues. 4. The game is made up of colored circles. 5. It is too difficult to be played by children. 6. It can't be played in many countries. 7. The smartphone was the first handheld computer. 8. There is some doubt that Tetris will be downloaded in the future. Grammar Spot. 1. Many of the verb forms in the text are in the passive. It is played all over the world. 495 million have been sold worldwide. It was created in 1984 in Russia. How do we make passive forms? 2. Read the text again. Write the passive verb forms in the chart. Is played. Present simple. Past simple. Present perfect. Will future. Have been sold. Grammar reference 10.1. P 151. Active to passive. 4. Look again at the text. How are these sentences expressed in the passive? 1. They play Tetris all over the world. 2. They say that it's difficult to find a video game player who has never heard of Tetris. 3. They have sold 495 million worldwide. 4. Alexei Pachinov created it in Russia in 1984. 5. Pachinov's colleagues enjoyed many of the games. 6. You can play it on any computer. 7. They launched Nintendo Game Boy in Japan in 1989. 8. Our children and grandchildren will download it many years from now. Check it. 5. Underline the correct word or words in each sentence. 1. Where were these shoes made? 2. I was given this watch from my aunt. 3. My bag has been stolen. 4. Our newsagent is sold stamps. 5. British police officers aren't carried guns. 6. All the beer was drunk by 9 o'clock. 7. Have all the sandwiches been eaten? Practice. 1. Work with a partner. Look at the list of inventions. Which is the oldest? Which is the newest? Match them with a person and a date. I think the telephone was invented in 1901. What do you think? The telephone. Tsai Lun. 1938. The Apple PC. Johannes Gutenberg. 1924. The ballpoint pen. Alexander Graham Bell. 105 AD. Television. Guglielmo Marconi. 1895. Radio. John Logie Baird. 1976. Paper. Laszlo Biro. 1876. The printing press. Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak. 1440. 10.2 Listen and check. What nationality are the people? What were their jobs? Discussion. 2. Which inventions do you think are most important? Why? Order them 1 to 7. 1 is most important. Discuss your ideas as a class. Forming the passive. 3. Work with a partner. Complete the statistics with the passive form of the verb in the correct tense. Which numbers and dates do you think are correct? 10.3 Listen and check. 4. Make questions about the information in 3. Ask and answer them with a partner. 1. How many video games, men and women? How many video games are bought by? Question mark. 3. How many, by Google, every second? 2. How many emails, every year? Inventions that changed the world. Statistics worldwide. 60%, 80% of video games. Opening parenthesis. By men, 40%, 20% by women. 2. Nearly 750 billion, 75 trillion emails. Send. Every year. 3. Over 40,000 million questions. Answer. By Google every second. 4. When eBay invented. 5. How many, Facebook, translated into. 6. When the first Twitter message, sent. Who, sent by. 7. Where, when, Airbnb invented. 8. When, Amazon.com, founded. 10.4 Listen and check. What extra information do you hear? Project. 5. Statistics change so quickly in our fast-moving, technological world. Research and check the statistics from exercise 3 on the internet. If necessary, bring them up to date. Go online for more grammar practice. 4. eBay. 1995-2005. 5. Facebook. opening parenthesis, invent, in, opening parenthesis, translate, inter, 76 different languages since it began. 6. The first Twitter message. Send. In 2006-2009. 7. Airbnb. Francisco in 2008-2012. 8. Amazon.com. In 1989-1994. Opening parenthesis. Found. In San. Opening parenthesis. Found. Vocabulary and speaking words that go together. Noun plus noun. Two nouns can go together to make a compound noun. Look at these examples. Video plus game equals video game. Text plus message equals text message. Face plus book equals Facebook. Lap plus top equals laptop. 110.5 Listen and repeat. Which word is stressed? The first or the second? 2. Work with a partner. How many compound nouns can you make from these lists? Use your dictionary to help. Business, game, football, phone, ground plus, card program, deal, number, team, virus, computer, call, adverb plus past participle. The adverbs well and badly can sometimes combine with past participles to form adjectives. Well-known, well-paid, badly behaved. 5. Complete these sentences with an adjective formed with well or badly and one of these past participles. Done, paid, written, equipped, behaved, dressed, known. 1. She has a wonderful job. She's very. 2. I didn't enjoy that novel. It was really. 3. You don't need to spend a lot of money on clothes to look. 4. Our office is really latest machines. We have all the. 10.6 Listen and check. Read the words aloud to your partner. Verb plus noun. 3 in each box below. 1 noun does not go with the verb. Which one? 1. Send a text message, an email, a phone call, a present, your love. 2. Take notes, a photo, a long time, a pill, a big breakfast. 3. Make a complaint, a discovery, an invention, a phone call, a lot of money. 4. Do. 5. Play. Research, the shopping, a photo, exercises, the housework. Cards, the piano, yoga, a part, baseball. 6. Win, a competition, a match, a game, a trophy. A team. 4. Choose a noun from each group and write a sentence using the verb. Read your sentences to the class. I've just sent you a text message. Are you taking notes in this lesson? 5. I hope they don't bring their dogs. They're so. 6. Can I have my steak very? Like it rare? Please. I don't. 7. Surely you've heard of Ed Sheeran. He's a really singer. 10.7 Listen and check. Where is the stress on the compound adjectives? Talking about you. 6. Ask and answer these questions with your partner. 1. Do you ever play computer games? Which? 2. Do you send a lot of text messages? Who to? 3. Do you take a lot of photos on your phone? 4. Who does the most housework in your home? 5. How do you like your steak? 6. Is your school well equipped? 7. What do you think is the most important discovery ever made? 10.8 Listen and compare. Go online for more vocabulary practice. Reading and speaking. The world's most loved football team. 1. Football is the world's most popular game. Talk to a partner. Are you at all interested in it? Can you name the most famous football teams worldwide? Share your ideas with the class. 2. Look at the photos and headings. Do you agree that most people have heard of Manchester United? 3. Read the first part of the article. Complete these sentences with the correct information. One of the 1.6 billion football fans worldwide are fans of Manchester United. 2. Manchester United is known by 2 nicknames. 3. When and travel abroad, they are often asked questions about the club. 4. Read Man. U. A brief history. Answer the questions. 1. Who were the first players for the club? 2. What happened 24 years after the club was first founded? 3. What is the Theatre of Dreams? 4. How did Matt Busby make the team more successful? 5. Why did Matt have to create another team? 6. Who was also a successful manager? Why? 7. Why is Man U the most valuable football brand worldwide? 8. How do famous companies use Man U to advertise themselves? 5. Work with your partner. Read Why is the club so popular? What are the 4 reasons given for the club's popularity? Talking about you. 6. Look at the chart. Are you an A or a B? How many A's and B's are there in your class? Form mixed groups. Answer the questions and discuss them together. A. I like sport. What sports do you do like? When? Where? How often? Who with? Do you watch sport? What? Where? Do others in your family like sport? Who? What? B. I don't like sport. Why? Have you always disliked it? Do you ever watch sport? What? Do you do any form of exercise? What? Do people in your family like sport? Who? What? Watch and learn more about how football can change people's lives. United. Love football or hate football, most people round the world have heard of Manchester United. Football, or soccer, as it is called in the US, is the world's most popular sport, with 1.6 billion global fans. Recently, 54,000 of these fans, from 39 countries, were surveyed about their favorite football team, and Manchester United, or Man U, was named the most popular club ever. The club, nicknamed the Red Devils, has 659 million fans worldwide, and their games are broadcast to over 1.15 billion homes. Barcelona, Real Madrid, and Bayern Munich were the next most popular. Man U fans can be found anywhere and everywhere, but the club is particularly popular throughout Asia, especially in India and China. Taxi drivers from Mauritius to Vietnam, learning that they have an English person in their cab, often respond with, English. Manchester United. Can you tell me? ... Question mark. It's quite difficult to continue the conversation if you're not a football fan and know nothing about their favorite team. STERN 2016-2017 MANCHE DVANCE Glory Man United. Single quote. Manchester United. Number 1 club in the world's number 1 sport. Single quote. Man U. A brief history. It was founded in 1878 and is one of the oldest football teams in the world. The first players all worked for a local railway company. It wasn't named Manchester United until 1902. In 1910, it moved to its now famous football ground, Old Trafford. The ground is often now nicknamed the Theatre of Dreams. In 1945, Matt Busby became manager and brought a lot of young players, known as Busby's Babes, into the team. This was a very successful move. 1958 was a dark year for the club. The plane bringing the team home from the European Cup crashed in the snow at Munich airport. 8 players were killed. Matt Busby survived, and eventually he created another great team. Alex Ferguson was another very successful manager. During his 20 years at the club, from 1986, the club won 25 major trophies. Since 2015, Man U has been considered the world's most valuable football brand. The team sells about 2 million shirts a year, more than Real Madrid and FC Barcelona put together. Adidas, DHL, Uber, and Toshiba are just a few of the companies that have made business deals with the club. Their logos often appear on the players' shirts. Why is the club so popular? Perhaps it's because, despite many ups and downs over the years, they've won a great many trophies, both national and international. Perhaps it's the number of talented players who have played for the team. These include George Best, Eric Cantona, David Beckham, Rio Ferdinand, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Wayne Rooney. Perhaps it's because they, George Best, Have some very famous fans, including Usain Bolt, Justin Timberlake, and Enrique Iglesias. Maybe it is because Old Trafford really is a theatre of dreams where players and fans can find fairy tale glory and make dreams come true. Busby's Babes. MANCHEST. Unit. Listening and speaking. The world's #1 habit. 1. Did you know that chewing gum is the most common habit round the world? Do you chew gum? How often? Which flavor do you like? Stand up and ask the other students. Eclipse. Eclipse. Clips. DOUBLEMINT. Wrigley's. SUGARFREEGUM. Eclipse orbit. Derol. Orbic. 4,396. Wrigley's Spearmint SUGARFREEDUM. STIMOROL. Roll. Wrigley's DOUBLEMINT SUGARFREEGUM. Double mint. 2. What did you find out? How many of you often chew gum? Who never chews it? When do you chew it? Black circle. What do you do with it when the flavor has gone? 3. You are going to listen to a radio program about the habit. Read the statements below. Do you think they are true? Check mark. Or false? X. Question mark. 1 over 300 trillion sticks of gum are made every year. 2. It's made of a type of rubber. 3. The habit of chewing gum goes back 2,000 years. 4. The earliest example of gum was found in a skeleton in Sweden. 5. The first chewing gum was made of tree sap and sugar. 6. The Greeks chewed gum because it freshened their breath. 7. The Mayan Indians wrapped their gum, called chicle, in paper. 410.9 Listen to part 1 of the program. Check your answers and correct the false statements. Do any facts surprise you? 510.10 Listen to part 2. Answer the questions. 1. Who were Thomas Adams and William Wrigley? 2. Why was Wrigley a business genius? 3. How did he advertise his products? 4. When did chewing gum become popular outside of the US? 5. Where did all the gum produced in 1944 go to? 6. Who said, "Got any gum, chum"? Who were they talking to? 7. What is gum made of today? 8. How much does it cost to clean the gum off the streets of London? What do you think? Is chewing gum a popular habit in your country? Is it a bad habit or a good habit? Why? What other worldwide habits can you think of? Everyday English on the phone. 110.11 Listen and practice saying these telephone numbers. 07700900333 0049 021 37474 0115 496 0499 0800 142 2466. How are these numbers expressed? 000 990800. 2. In your country, what are the numbers for these? Black circle your landline. House phone. The emergency services. Your mobile. Your country code. How many telephone numbers can you remember? Whose are they? What are they? 310.12 Listen to 4 phone conversations. Complete the chart after each one. Who is speaking to who? Are they on a landline or mobile? Where are they? What are they talking about? Conversation 1. Conversation 2. Conversation 3. Conversation 4. How well do they know each other? 410.12 Listen again and complete the expressions from the conversations. Practice them with a partner. 1. J. Sorry, you're. P. I know, it's not a good calling because I can't. Up. I couldn't hear that. But, listen, I'm it on Thursday. P. Are you free on Friday? Question mark. J. Friday? I'm not sure. Can I get to you? P. Sure. That's fine. Oh, there's my train. Speak. 2J. Hello, Emma. It's John. I'm trying to get. Of Patrick. E. I'm afraid he's not in. Have you? Mobile? His. 3C. I'm afraid his lines. H. Yes, please. C. It's. Question mark. For you now. Would you like to? T. Hello. Patrick Doyle's office. Teresa. H. Is Harriet Smith from Digby and Moss Associates. T.O. Good morning, M. Smith. I'll put you immediately. 4E. Can I speak to Patrick, please? J. Yeah. I tried that first, but he's not. E. It's probably off. Joe. Okay. Can you give him a? E. Of course. T.O. I'm. He has. Him at the moment. Is it E? Just tell him I. With. And I'll see him this. Then. Evening at home. T. Will. I hope there isn't a problem. Role play. Work in pairs. You are going to make phone call to each other. Student A. Go to page 156. Student B. Go to page 157. Hi, Marie. I'm calling because I can't make it on Tuesday. Sorry, you're breaking up. Dot. Go online for more speaking practice. Writing discussing pros and cons. Social media sites. 1. Do you use any social media sites such as Facebook? Write down 3 things you like and 3 things you don't like about them. Compare your ideas with the class. 2. Read these notes. How many of your ideas are included? How many can you add? What do you think are the most important pros and cons? Advantages of Facebook. You can keep in touch with friends. Keep family up to date. Disadvantages of Facebook. Flooded with requests from unknown or unwanted friends. Friends and family find out too much. Find old friends. Communicate with them at any. About your private life. Time you want. Dash. Hear about boring events in friends' lives. Share photos. Dash. Share favorite music and videos. Tagged in pictures that you don't want others to see. Join groups that interest you. Advertise yourself and your work. Waste time on Facebook. Can become addicted. 3. Now read the text. What is the purpose of each paragraph? Clearly, first of all, both, and, also for example. Another advantage is that such as. However, also, firstly. Secondly. What is more. Also. Finally, perhaps. Even. Despite the disadvantages. The fact is that. The pros and cons of social media sites. Social media sites, such as Facebook, have many advantages. They are an excellent way of keeping in touch with people in your life, friends and family. They are a great way of finding old friends. You can communicate with these people at any time you want, and in many ways. You can share your photos or your favorite music and videos with them. You can join groups with similar interests to yourself, sports, hobbies and your work. Social media sites have many disadvantages. You are often flooded with requests from unknown or unwanted friends. Friends and family may find out too much about your private life, and you may hear about boring events in their lives. You can be tagged in pictures that you don't want others to see. The biggest problem is that you can waste too much time on Facebook. Some people can become addicted to it. Social media sites are definitely here to stay. They are now one of the main means of communication worldwide. We can't imagine our lives without them. 4. Put the linking words on the left into the correct place in the lines of each paragraph. Sometimes you will need to change the punctuation. 5. What ideas can you add to the text? Work with your partner to fit them in. 6. Make notes about the advantages and disadvantages of one of these topics. Then write a text similar to the one above. Black Circle smartphones. Google, or another search engine. Black Circle Twitter. Go online for more writing practice.